Hello and welcome to the Marketing Women podcast. I'm your host, Anusha, Kannan, and it is great to have you here. Are you looking to move into marketing or want to learn marketing from scratch? We discuss all things marketing, analytics, business, personal branding, AI, and much more in a way any layman can understand. If you're new here, make sure to follow along and get on that email list by visiting anushakannan.com/email list to receive newsletters from me twice weekly. Follow at Anusha Ramesh Kannan on TikTok. Tag us on your stories. Would love to see that. And now let's dive in. Welcome back to today's episode. We are going to dive into something really interesting today, but I don't know if you guys have been here for a while, been around here for a while since the first episode, because I used to do bi-weekly catch-ups before, and I stopped doing that because it became a weekly episode, and it just didn't make sense for me to do that. But I do want to catch you up on something. I am back in Boston. If you didn't know, I used to live in Boston, then I moved to Cleveland for my work, and then I moved back to Boston now. So I'm really excited to be back. So if you're in Boston, you see me somewhere, say hi. And yeah, I'm really excited about what's coming. I am also exploring marketing opportunities at the moment. Really excited about, just to see what's coming ahead. But yeah, let's dive into today's episode. And today we're talking about something that I think is going to be super important. And it's probably already there in a lot of companies. If you talk to people, especially in SEO, it's the future of SEO. And we're going to talk about how to optimize for voice search. But before we get into that, let's quickly cover the basics of SEO. What is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. You know, when you go on Google or Bing and search for something and a couple different results pop up, it's popping up because people have done SEO on it. It's the process of improving your website to increase its visibility when people search for products or services related to your business on search engines like Google, Bing. And if you want to learn more about that, I've got a quick blog on SEO that you can check out on my website, anushakannan.com. The link's going to be in the description because I do think that's something you have to know before we get into voice SEO. If you guys didn't know, the Marketing Women podcast and the Pivot to Balance podcast is a part of Elevare, which is my brand. And I have exciting news for the Elevare community. We now have a guest blog section on the website. And if you're interested in hearing from people who have either been a guest on the podcast or contributed to the blog, be sure to check it out. And if you've been thinking about being a guest on the podcast but would prefer to share your insights in writing, we'd love to have you contribute to our guest blog. Simply sign up by visiting anushakannan.com/guestblog-elevare. We look forward to hearing from you. Let's go back into the episode. Okay, so now let's get straight to the point. The key to optimizing for voice search, which is the future, is to focus on natural language, long tail keywords, and making sure that your content directly answers the question your audience is asking. So here's why this is important and how you can do it. Voice search is it's actually really changing the way users interact with search engines. If you're not on my newsletter, you might have missed out on this. I was talking about how a lot of the people that I know use voice search more than they type. We're all so lazy. And it's good, right? We have that opportunity. Why not use it? And with the rise of smart speakers like Amazon Echo, Google Home, people are more likely to use voice commands to find information. I do that on a daily basis. Don't you ask Siri, like, hey, Siri, what's the weather? I really hope my iPhone doesn't do that now. It doesn't. It didn't. Good. People are just more likely to use voice commands, right? This trend means your SEO strategy must evolve to meet these new user behaviors. In marketing, it's always something, right? Something new comes up and you have to just make sure you're adapting to it. So how can we do this? First, focus on natural language. When people use voice search, they tend to ask complete questions, right? Unlike the short, fragmented queries they type. For example, instead of typing best pizza near me, they might ask, where can I find the best pizza near me? And your content should reflect these conversational queries. So let's take Domino's Pizza, for example. They've optimized their content to include conversational keywords, order pizza online, or find a Domino's near me. This approach has helped them capture a significant share of voice search traffic. Next up is leverage long-tail keywords as well. So long-tail keywords are longer, more specific phrases that people are more likely to use when they're closer to making a purchase or finding what they need. These keywords might not have as much search volume as shorter ones, but they do have a higher conversion rate. So there was a case study done by Backlinko, and they found that pages optimized for long-tail keywords performed a lot better in voice search than it does in typing search. That's what I like to call it, typing search. For instance, they said that a fitness website optimized their content with phrases like best exercises for losing belly fat quickly. Come on, guys, how many of us have actually typed this? And it actually saw a substantial increase in voice search traffic, which makes sense. And another important step is to create content that answers questions directly. Voice search users are often asking questions like, how do I do this? What is this? What do I do about this? Just make sure your content gives clear and the right kind of answers to these queries. Google's also shifting the way that they prioritize content. So the more clear and human and more direct your content is, it makes more sense for Google to rank you. For example, if you're running a cooking blog, include content that answers questions like, how do I make vegan cake? Structure your content with headings that directly pose these questions and provide detailed, easy to follow up answers. One thing a lot of people miss out on is headings and how important they are in SEO. The last one is make sure your website is mobile friendly because most people are using their phones to do voice search. So make sure it's responsive, your content too, that it's easy to navigate your content. To help with this, there are tools like Google's mobile friendly test, which can be invaluable. It actually allows you to see how your website performs on mobile devices and provide suggestions for improvements, which I find to be perfect, but it's still something I'm still working on for my website. I do want to talk about one more thing, which is OpenAI is advancing search technology with their new prototype, Search GPT. So Search GPT combines the power of AI with real-time web information to provide fast and accurate answers in a conversational tone. This tool is designed to handle follow-up questions and provide clear links to sources, making it an excellent resource for improving search efficiency. So OpenAI plans to integrate the best features of Search GPT into ChatGPT, which could really enhance how we interact with search engines and find information online. So I do think it's something worth exploring because it does represent the future of AI in search optimization. I've been talking about AI a lot on TikTok. If you're not following me, go ahead and follow me. It's at Anusha Ramesh Kannan. Yeah, in conclusion, I would say optimizing your voice search really just involves you focusing on natural language, using long tail keywords, creating content that directly answers questions, making sure that your website is mobile friendly, and keeping an eye on, these technologies that are coming up like Search GPT. That's also really important. That's all for today. Hope you find it useful. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or email me at anusha@anushakannan.com. Follow me on LinkedIn to never miss my journey, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.